my tacticians, that's right, it is another online competition posted by Global Link, and this time it is called the No Holds Barred competition. So we're going to take a quick look over at the competition rules. Okay, it says sign up period, blah blah blah. Participation points, we could do something better than 50 battle points. Personally, I think that's kind of sad, which means I think they're not giving away any of the and Mega Stones this time. Alright, and so competition rules. Single format, alright, nothing that eligible Pokemon restricted to 1 through 802, that's pretty much all of them. Only ones not allowed are Arceus and some legendary Pokemon. Okay, that's okay, that's an interesting rule. I don't mind. Duplicate Pokemon permitted. What? Wait, what? Duplicate Pokemon? Okay. They stay calm with me. We're used to this. I pull off 6 Furfros myself. Wait a minute. If all Pokemon are allowed except Arceus and a few, and it's showing Mew and Genesect and Darkrai and Victini and Necrozma, 6 Mega Rayquaza? Oh wait, no, only 1 Mega Rayquaza, but still 6 Rayquazas? I can't make a team to counter that. What if one of them has Tailwind? One of them brought Tailwind from a previous game. One of them is a special attacker with a choice with choice picks. Another one's a choice band. What if one of them is meant to counter Primal? How am I supposed to counter 6 Rayquazas? All right, stay calm, maybe. Stay calm. You know, I can't do this alone. I cannot come up with a team designed to take on 6 Rayquazas at a time. You know what? It's time to bring in some backup. I can't believe I have to do this, but I need some help to form this team. So everyone, introducing my good old buddy, Moxie. Moxie, introduce yourself. Say hello to all the tacticians out there.
Hey, I'm Marcos. My YouTube channel is Moxie Boosted, but people call me Moxie for some reason. Not just him. It's actually like everyone, even though I say Marcos. But yeah, what's up, dude?
Alright, how's it going, Moxie? And just for everyone knows, I'll leave a link to Moxie's channel in the description, or right down there. Look, it's down there. Look, see, it's right down there. Click it. Go check out his channel. Alright, Moxie, I need your help. You're a stronger, I'm going to say this right now, you're a stronger VGC player than me. And you pretty much have a little bit more experience when it comes to actually forming well thought out teams. I mean, don't get me wrong, my team strategies aren't exactly without their flaws, but when I do this, I tend to restrict myself by trying to make it so that my opponent can defeat me. I'm not actually, it's actually a hard habit to break, so I'm sorry. So I need your help. This is a new competition. I cannot possibly form a team to counter 6 Rayquazas. So here's how it's going to go for everyone out there. So first of all, here's how it's going to go. I think I've just said that twice now. I'm going to propose, or I'm going to show the Pokemon that we're going to be talking about and how we're going to counter that. So, afterwards, Moxie, we're going to each take turns taking one Pokemon who we think would help us form a solid team to counter the supposed team I'm proposing, because this tournament is crazy. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. So, here we go, my tacticians. This is what we're going to be facing. Rayquaza. And not just any kind of Rayquaza, a team full of these little guys. Actually, they're actually quite big. At 23 feet or 23 meters, I forget the actual counting. But either way, they're big, they're legendary, and they're Rayquazas, and one of them can be a Mega. So Mega Rayquaza, it has the airlock ability, it has a base stat total of 680, not 180, with an attack and special attack of 150 each. That makes it quite dangerous, with a speed stat of 95. And when one of them is going to Mega Evolve, which I guarantee you at least one Mega Rayquaza will be Mega Evolving if it's a team full of them, how do we stop a 115 speed Mega Rayquaza with 180 attack and special attack? That is going to be very difficult to beat, especially since when it Mega Evolves, it gets the Delta Stream, which protects flying type Pokemon from their weaknesses. Moxie, we have to really put our noggins together with this team, don't we?
Yeah, of course, Mega Rayquaza has some pretty obvious weaknesses, but it has the tools to deal with those weaknesses, so with 6 on a team, it's pretty easy for someone to be well prepared for anything that someone could throw on them.
That's right. And so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take each of us will deliver 1 Pokemon onto this team, and since we can only have 6, we'll each be delivering 3 Pokemon onto this team, geared towards countering not only Mega Rayquaza and 6 Rayquazas at a time, but basically capable of handling themselves in any kind of scenario. And in this case, we definitely need this team. So, for starting off, I'm going to be suggesting the tried and true Gale Wings Talonflame. So, Gale Wings Talonflame, yes, it got nerfed, yes, it can't deactivate unless it's at full HP, but you know what? We only need Talonflame to do one of 2 things. 1, YOLO into the enemy player with a Flying Z Brave Bird, or set up the Tailwind. If it can do one of those 2 things, it doesn't matter if Talonflame goes down the next turn or so. As long as it gets one of the 2 things down, it's done its job. That's my suggestion. Plain, simple, reliable. And for you, Moxie, what are you going to suggest for this team?
My suggestion is it's going to be Xerneas, because what you could do with your Talonflame is speed creep it to be bulky enough, or speed creep it specifically to outspeed max speed Rayquaza, which is going to hit 167 with an adamant nature, because trust me, no one's running Jolly Rayquaza. What you could do is give your Talonflame a Jolly nature with 168 speed exactly. You're guaranteed to outspeed the Rayquaza on any turn. And what you could do is go for a U-turn on the Rayquaza and immediately switch into a Xerneas. Now, if we're lucky and they're a choice band Rayquaza, they might have clicked a Dragon move, or, maybe they just don't feel like staying in against a Xerneas. Well, on that turn that they're kind of on their back foot, what you could do is go ahead, click Geomancy, with a Power Herb, of course, making Geomancy only take 1 turn, boosting your special attack, special defense, and speed by two stages each. And the moveset I want to run is going to be Moonblast, Flash Cannon, and Hidden Power Ground as our 3 attacks. Main reason being Moonblast OHKOs the entire other Rayquaza team. They're going to have some kind of weird choice band, extreme speed shenanigans going on to even beat this thing. Flash Cannon, of course, being able to take on other Xerneas, do some major damage to them. And Hidden Power Ground being able to take on Xerneas' 2 main weaknesses being fire types, or 3 main weaknesses being fire types, poison types, and steel types. The reason I list fire type under a weakness is because Flash Cannon and Moonblast both hit those for not very effective damage, where a +2 Hidden Power Ground might not knock out them, but it'll do a good amount of damage.
Alright, and moving on to me now, I'm gonna go with, of course, Primal Kyogre. Nothing like a Primal Kyogre to take down or take on a Rayquaza. And even if Rayquaza is on the field and goes Mega, as long as we can switch in Primal Kyogre onto the field, the Delta Wind will not remain on the field for much longer. And of course, with all the natural bulk that Primal Kyogre has, it can survive pretty much at least 1 hit from Rayquaza. And if it can survive that 1 hit, it can counter with a seriously powerful Ice Beam. And we all know Rayquaza or Mega Rayquaza, without the Delta Stream to protect him from ice attacks, he's not gonna survive. So, take it away, Moxie.
Yeah, my suggestion was actually going to be Mimikyu for this. The reason being, Mimikyu, of course, has the Disguise ability, which Mega Rayquaza doesn't actually have any tools to hit through. The Disguise has to be broken before it can do any damage. So it's during this turn that you can actually figure out whether or not it's a physical or a special Mega Rayquaza. If it's mixed, it's probably not going to have the tools to hit a Fairy type all that hard, because they really only run like Fire Blast or a Water type attack for Groudon. But what you can do is run a Fairy Z on this Mimikyu. Because it's a 3v3 format, it's not really a wasted item slot. Of course, some games you could bring the Talonflame, some games you could bring the Mimikyu. And this Mimikyu is going to end up running max speed, adamant nature with 4 HP, 252 attack, with Play Rough, Will-O-Wisp, of course. It's a free Will-O-Wisp from behind the disguise on anything you want. Shadow Sneak and Swords Dance. So during that first turn, you have pretty much an option. If you're staring down a Mega Rayquaza and you just want to kill it, you're going to want to go ahead and click the Twinkle Tackle. If you're staring down something that just has high physical attack, go ahead and click the Will-O-Wisp. And if you're staring down something that might want to switch out on you, you can go ahead and click Shadows, or you can go ahead and click Swords Dance, powering up your Shadow Sneak and Play Rough to be doing disgusting amounts of damage.
All right.
Also, a note for your Kyogre, something, I know you're building the team, but just a suggestion. Because you have a Talonflame on the team, and you're expecting it to die the first turn, If you do set up that Tailwind, what you could do is actually build it as a bulky Kyogre, because I know you love your bulk. And what you can do is actually just set it to have exactly one more than half the Rayquaza's speed, just to make sure that under Tailwind you have as much bulk as you can while also outspeeding it.
Alright, and now moving on to my final suggestion for the team. We're of course going to be staring down Shuckle. Contrary Shuckle to be precise. Now let me tell you, I once stared down a team of 6 contrary Shuckles that each had Toxic. Oh,
Did you have Taunt?
That thing is a nightmare, I'm telling you. It took my entire team to bring down just one of the Shuckles. And when the second one came out, I'm like, that's it, I'm done. I'm happy, I knocked out one. But either way, if Shuckle can get those shell smashes off, make itself almost unkillable, there's nothing Rayquaza can do. You can throw 6 Rayquazas at it and it will not go down. So that is going to be my suggestion. It is straightforward, it is simple, it is insane, but you know what? We're staring down 6 Rayquazas. There is nothing to be ashamed of. And now take it away, Moxie.
Shuckle's always been a favorite Pokemon of mine. It's super fun to use. Stally, but in this particular scenario, it works, honestly. Rayquaza doesn't have the tools to deal with it. Even a Draco Meteor at +1 isn't going to knock out, or at +1 special defense, it won't knock out the Shuckle. So that's always fun. It's Pokemon like Shuckle and Porygon 2 that are the reason that Toxic rose in usage. Well, Toxic and Taunt rose in usage in VGC recently. But yeah, my final Pokemon is going to be Yveltal, and it isn't specifically because it counters Mega Rayquaza, but because it's a good endgame Pokemon. The set I'm going to be running is a Timid Max Speed, Max Special Attack, 4 HP set with actually a pretty interesting item, the Metronome. The reason I'm running the Metronome is because our moveset is actually Dark Pulse, Heat Wave, Psychic. All of those have good coverage, but also Oblivion Wing, which is really good. It isn't an insanely strong move. It's a stab flying type move that actually recovers 75% of the damage dealt instead of 50%. Which, of course, if we keep spamming it, which we're going to want to if we keep taking damage, it's actually going to be doing more and more damage every time we use it with a Metronome, and also healing more and more damage. So at some point, it just snowballs.
The more health you get. And that's why I love the Metronome item, and that's why I love my Metronome Echoed Voice Furfro. Alright, so there you go, my tacticians. How are we going to stop 6 Rayquazas on the opposing team? Well, there's your team. We're going to be starting off, of course, once again, we're going to be going through them. Talonflame, nothing like a Tailwind setter. If it can survive that first hit, all the better. If it can't, at least we're going to go down swinging, and we're going to make sure our team is set up for the rest of the match. Xerneas for that sheer raw power, as my fellow friend here, Moxie, just said. You know, outspeed with the shenanigans if we can get the Z Geomancy off. Oh, I completely forgot about Z Geomancy, but in that case...
You can even speed creep for Rayquaza, because I know Rayquaza does have the ability to one-shot a... It does have the ability to one-shot a Xerneas with a Flying Z move, so what you could actually do is, once again, speed creep it to be exactly half of its speed +1.
And this is why I brought Moxie on, people. Me, I'm straightforward, I keep things simple, but because that's the theme of my channel, but he's the more technical guy, so if you want to go for technical stuff, go to his channel. Once again, the link is down below. In any case, moving back onto Kyogre, this was my second suggestion. Nothing like sheer power, raw bulk, and basically surviving stuff. And of course, it's Primal Kyogre. Who doesn't love a giant blue whale? Then we're going to be moving on to Mimikyu. Mimikyu, everyone loves Mimikyu. That little bugger, don't know what's underneath that, I'm gonna say that disguise, but, it's got some power, it's got some shenanigans.
Pyukumuku.
It can do a lot, and why not bring in this Mimikyu?
Pyukumuku with a blanket.
Mimikyu with a blanket. Alright, and then we're gonna be moving on back onto the Shuckle, contrary Shuckle. Toxic stall your opponent into defeat. Nothing like the shell smashes of a Toxic. Woo, boy, this is going to be one crazy Pokemon. I'm already making it. I'm going to have to prepare a team to counter 6 contrary Shuckles. And finally, Yveltal. Or Yveltal. You get what I mean. The Generation Y Pokemon. Or Generation 6 Pokemon of Y. Metronome, Oblivion Wing. Enough said. So once again, I am Imperator Davies, your Fedora wearing Restroom. This is my good old buddy Moxie. Thank you once again, Moxie, for coming to me up to my rescue. And I can expect to see more of you in the future, especially for this competition. I'm gonna need your help to make these videos, man.
Yeah, it was nice being on the video. This is a really fun team, and I think I'm tempted to use the exact same team as you. Probably gonna run slightly different things in the Pokemon, but
I'm planning something entirely different. You know me. These team guides are for my tacticians to take ideas from to counter possible threats. As for team lineups, I would run them myself, but you know what? Then I have to be a little bit more creative. You know me. I like my creativity and pulling out the strange and the unusual. Maybe before 6 shekels.
Spinda.
Spinda. All right. Once again, thank you for joining me, Moxie. Once again, Moxie's channel is in the description, and of course, I am Imperator Davius, the fedora-wearing Reshiram. I will see you tacticians next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.